Yeah. Yeah. Chicks out there would like to party. Listen up, yeah, it's time to start it.
Well, hello, my berries. It's me, Darkberry32, and I'm coming back at you again with another video cooking. I am going to make some oven barbecue baked ribs. Yes, you heard me say it. I am not going to put these on the pit. I'm leaving that to my husband. I know how to do things here in the kitchen that can make things easier for you. Say, for instance, you want a nice dinner on the weekend, but you don't want to go outside in the heat and you do want that barbecue flavor. I'm going to show you exactly what I do to create a nice barbecue rib. Hopefully that it'll taste a little bit like you've been slaving outdoors. But right now, let me just show you what I am using. I have some St. Louis style pork spare ribs that we're using. I'm going to use both of these. I've already got this one already taken the membrane off the back of it. One of the easiest ways is I just used a knife and then kind of a paper towel to help me kind of grip. Right now I'm just going to kind of pat this dry just a little bit. Some of the ingredients that I am using, of course, is my Uncle Chris's seasoning. I have some black pepper here. I will be putting brown sugar on it, but I won't be putting it on there initially because we don't want to burn. I will be putting this on at the very end to get it caramelized and to get a nice little coating on it. Also, I'm going to be using barbecue sauce, but that is also going to come towards the end. So these two things here are going to come towards the end. But here now, like I said, Uncle Chris's seasoning, black pepper. I have the Figaro liquid smoke to give it some type of smoky flavor. I also have this Dale seasoning. Now let me warn you about Dale seasoning. It is very, very, has a lot of sodium in it. So you want, if you're going to use this, be very sparingly on your other seasonings. You don't want it to be too salty, okay? However, that brown sugar and that barbecue sauce will even that out. And then I just cut up a whole heap of onions. You can't go wrong with onions. To me, I mean, I know some people don't like them, but I feel like they give it good flavor, a good scent, and everything. So I'm gonna start with this one rack of ribs here, and I'm gonna show you how I season it, and then I will move on to the second one, and I'm gonna put both of them here. I have the oven preset it to 325 degrees. Basically, I'm gonna let these cook on 325 degrees for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so. So this is gonna be a time-consuming video on my part, but for you guys, of course, I'm gonna be bringing you the magic of YouTube, and everything's gonna be done. So I got my ribs here. I'm going to go ahead, and I know some people, they use a binder to make sure that everything kind of sticks to the rib. You can, you don't have to. I went on and kind of like dried it off just a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to use a little bit of this Dale seasoning, just a little bit. And this also can be used as a marinade. So that's just a little bit. And then I am going to, normally I would just go ahead and use my hands, but I still have my rings on my fingers, so I don't want to do that. I guess I could have took my rings off. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this and just kind of coat it a little bit. Just coat it. Flip it over. Just a little bit more on the back side, but not a lot, because I'm going to also be using that Uncle Chris's seasoning, which is sort of like a season-all. It just has a lot more flavor to it. I really enjoy cooking with this seasoning. And if you're here in Houston, or if you're in Texas period and you have an HEB near you, that's where I get this Uncle Chris's seasoning. And you can also get Dale's, this Dale seasoning, or any of your marinade that you like to use. I know some people cut all this stuff out. Y'all, I am going to bake this whole thing. I'm going to make this easy. You know, a lot of times we're very busy with work and our families and stuff like that. this is not a competition or anything like that. I am not a competition. I'm gonna have a little bit more of this membrane on here. I'm not a competition barbecuer, and even if I I wouldn't be putting this in the oven. Here, let me get a paper towel and see if I can get the rest of that off. This helps with getting that flavor all throughout the rib. There, got that. So let's put a little bit more back here in this area. We want some good flavor. All right. So you got that. And then we're going to go in with some liquid smoke. This is going to give us, you know, the pretend barbecue, as if it's been sitting on the fire. And I can't wait to put this in the oven because I can't wait to smell that smoke in the oven or whatever. It's going to smell really good. So I'm using this liquid smoke and this marinade, this Dale's, as a binder for myself so that I can go ahead and put the pepper and the Uncle Chris's seasoning on it, right? All right, so now we're gonna go in our Uncle Chris's seasoning. You see that? Do you see how it's actually kind of sticking to it? Yeah. Flip it over. Come on now. Now flip it over. I don't think I need you until I do the next ribs. Put that over there like so. Let's go ahead and do some black pepper while we have it on the back side. A nice, it smells so good. Nice heavy dose of black pepper. Flip it over. More pepper on this side. There we go. And maybe even a little bit more of Uncle Chris's kind of came off a little bit. So here we go. And that is pretty much it. And then I'm going to grab a handful of these onions and just kind of, just really chunky. You know what I'm saying? Very hearty, rustic, homemade type of a rib. So I'm just going to throw that over that like so. And then I would put some foil over this and stick it in the oven and let it cook. So I'm going to go ahead and put my next slab right next to it. I'm going to do the exact same thing, and then I'll be right back to show you guys what they look like before I put them in the oven. Alright guys, so I just kind of wanted to show you how I kind of pull some of this membrane off here. There we go. So you guys can see, I just kind of put that knife up under there. You see that? I just kind of went up under here like so. See how you can get that started? See that? To pull that off. See if I can get it under there like that. And then, like I said, I'll use a paper towel to kind of grip it because it's a little slippery for me. And so you would grab that, right? And then try to pull as much as you can. Do y'all see how easy that's coming off? Just like that. See that? You got all of that coming off. So basically I just kind of went up under there like this and tried to grab as much as I could off. Okay, we want that the seasoning to get into this rib. There we go. That's the last, pretty much the last of it right there. All right, so that is done. I just wanted to show you guys that because I did tell y'all that I did that and then I didn't show you how. All right, so again, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna start with a little bit of Uncle Chris's seasoning. No, not Uncle Chris's seasoning, the Dale seasoning. It's the marinade. So just a little bit of that, right? And brush it on. I don't want a lot, but this gives it a lot of good flavor, I'm telling you. Even if you wanted to like marinate this overnight or something, Be real careful because it's very potent with a lot of sodium. Lots and lots of sodium. So I'm going to do some of the liquid smoke. Again, a lot of people put mustard and oils and stuff like that as a binder for their ribs, especially like when they're putting them outdoors. I actually like to use a little bit more flavor, so this is why I'm going in with this marinade. And like I said, if it is salty, what's going to even it out is the sweetness of the brown sugar and the barbecue sauce. It's really going to even that out. All right, so since I already have it on its backside, what I'm going to do is go ahead and do that Uncle Chris's seasoning on top of there. Or whatever seasoning you prefer. Some people may want to use some type of barbecue seasoning or something like that. This is what I choose to use. You can, so this is something that even if you don't have any type of barbecue seasoning, you know that you can season your ribs with just about any and everything because of what you actually have in your pantry. Like, you don't have to be all fancy, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go in with some black pepper, right? See that? Let me see if y'all can see that. I need to maybe flip it. Let's flip it. So now, went in with some black pepper. Uncle Chris's seasoning on top of that. And then let's go in with the rest of these chunky onions. Here, you need to leave. Let's go in with these chunky onions. I just feel like this is gonna be so good. Like I said, my husband is also, it's the 4th of July weekend, guys. And my husband is also going to be actually barbecuing some ribs too, but we're gonna have 2 different styles of ribs. One, like I'm saying here, in the oven, and then the other on the barbecue pit. He has a Traeger, so he's gonna be cooking the barbecue ribs on that. Ugh, the onions are starting to burn my eyes. Okay, so here we go. We got all the onions and stuff thrown in there. I wish y'all could smell this. This smells so freaking yummy. Let me put a little bit more liquid smoke here, because we're gonna wanna smell that when it's cooking in the oven. I have, again, my oven is set to 325. We're gonna let these, I'm gonna put some foil on top of this pan and let these ribs cook for about between 2 to 3 hours. I will, again, I cook with my nose. I will let you guys know how long I actually kept these ribs in the oven. You'll see it here on the screen. All right, so let me go ahead and grab some foil and get these bad boys wrapped up. All right, it's time to go into the oven. All right, that's that. All right, guys, so the ribs are in the oven. I'm gonna set the timer here for a good 2.5 hours, like that. And so I'll be checking them after 2.5 hours to see how good they are. And then once I see that they're actually tender enough, then I will go ahead and add a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of barbecue sauce to give it that sweetness, to balance out that sweet and salty. And then hopefully, you know, the barbecue sauce on top will get, you know, a little bit of tack to it, a little sticky, along with that brown sugar, and it should be delicious. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so as you saw, I did get those ribs in the oven, but just in case you guys do not do pork, I thought I would do an alternative, which is chicken. Pretty much everybody does chicken unless you're a vegetarian, of course. I am getting ready to rinse off just some chicken wings, guys, that I had thawing. And so I want to make sure these are nice and rinsed off. You can, and this is what they look like. They're pretty big. And what I'm gonna do is kind of pat them dry. Just a little bit. It doesn't, you don't have to go overboard with drying them, but just a little bit. I'm gonna pat them dry. And then I'm also going to spray my pan with a little spray, because what I want to do is I want to kind of oven fry these chicken wings, and then I'm gonna come in later with I don't know why I'm drying them, because I do need to put, I want to put some liquid smoke, because I want these to have sort of a smoky flavor too, but I don't want them to be a replica of the flavors that I just put on those ribs. So what I'm using, I'm gonna still use the liquid smoke, because we do want that smoky type of flavor. I used some butter spray for my pan. I have some garlic powder to give us a good flavor. I also have black pepper that I'm gonna put on there. And then I have this Cajun blend seasoning called Chupacabra. It's sort of spicy, it's got a kick to it. And so that's what I wanna do for these chicken wings. So I'm going to kind of put just a little bit of liquid smoke, just to give it that smell, you know, to make it seem like they've been sitting on a barbecue pit for a while. And then I'm gonna toss these. I just wanna toss them to get that flavor in them, you know, like so. You just want to make sure they have, let me see if I can, that they actually have that scent on them, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and start seasoning. I'm gonna move this out the way so you guys can see. Then I'll start going ahead and seasoning with a little garlic powder, okay? Then I'm gonna go in with the Chupacabra. And again, you can use just a regular season oil. You can use barbecue seasoning, whatever you prefer. And then some black pepper. And we just want this to be nice and highly seasoned. And I love that, the smell of the liquid smoke. And then you're gonna try, I mean, I know it's gonna be kind of hard to get this a nice crispiness on this, because of the simple fact that I do have this liquid smoke in there, but I just kind of want to get that hint or that smell of smoke. I don't want it to, so I'm just kind of like taking some of this liquid off, but I want it to be nice and highly seasoned. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put the chicken here in the pan, and then I may come behind it and actually, I'm gonna move this over. I may come behind it and season it some more. So try not to crowd my pan, because I don't want them to boil. I want them to actually bake. So I may have to get another pan to do this, because I don't want to crowd. I want them to come out really crispy. So I got about, this is a 9 by 13 pan, so I got 9 chicken wings in it, and I got about 3, 4, 5 left over. So I'm gonna get another pan and put some additional chicken wings in the pan. So I may end up having 2 pans. All right, so here are the chicken wings. As you can see, they look really good. You can kind of smell that liquid smoke just a little bit, but now I'm gonna add a little barbecue sauce on top of these to make them sort of like a crispy barbecue. I guess you could say like a wing or whatever, but I didn't want them to be like rubbery, you know what I mean? I wanted it to have some crispiness to it, but also have that smokiness to it. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of this sauce. I did 2 pans. So we're just gonna let that kind of sit. We want this to be nice and saucy. Nice and saucy. All right, so that's what we have. I'm gonna push these back in and just kind of let that sauce cook all over. All right. All right, this is what we got here. Just a little saucy, crispy barbecue wing. And I know a lot of you are like, girl, them ain't nothing but, what do you call it? Like a buffalo wing with barbecue sauce, whatever, like buffalo wings or whatever, with barbecue sauce. But the difference is I really wanted it to try to have like more of a smoke flavor. And so that's why I used the liquid smoke. It smells really good in here. I have the sauce on it. I'm going to let these kind of cool a bit. I don't want to burn my child's mouth. But she decided that she wants to also be the taste tester for the wings. And so I'm going to let her do that. And yeah, so stay tuned. All right, so Kayla's going to pick out her wing. And then she's going to taste test it. So which one looks good to you? She likes the flats. Nice and sticky.
Make sure there's no meat left behind.
No meat left behind. You might as well use your finger. All right, we're gonna follow her over here
To my favorite seating house.
Kayla's been doing a lot of taste testing today, y'all.
I'm always hungry. If you need a taste tester, I'm your girl.
Oh, how you did that? Take that bone out of there like that?
There's a bone still in there.
Jeez.
Just split it in half. It's the best way to eat a flat.
Don't burn your mouth now. I know I just told her not to burn her mouth. I know I did. Big old bite of chicken. Can you taste any of that liquid smoke or smell it? Because I put just a little in there. You can?
Got flavor. Delicious.
So this is what you're supposed to eat tonight. Ooh, okay. So I take it that you like. Okay, okay. It was good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
I mean, like I haven't eaten all day.
I know, she's been taste testing food all day. It's crazy. Thank you again, Kayla, for tasting the food. All right. All right, guys. Again, I'm very close, and I don't need to be that close. Y'all, I have been cooking all night. It is like, what time is it? 12:30. 12:34 in the a.m. So again, if this is something that you would like to try, I have done most of the work for you, just telling you, about the seasonings that you can use. Try some liquid smoke to see if you like it, bake them off really good and just have something a little different, just a little different. And the thing is that makes this a little different is just that liquid smoke that I added into the ribs. And you see how crispy. Look, let me get what she didn't get. I want to just taste. And I love the stickiness of it.
It's delicious.
I feel like
Put in that.
what I think I would probably do different is maybe soak the wings in the liquid smoke overnight and then pat them dry, season them, put them in the oven, and I guarantee you would have more of a liquid smoke. Okay. But that's it, guys. That's what I, did with the wings. But just stay tuned because we still have ribs to come. All right? So talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, guys. So this is what they're looking like since we took the foil off. You can see the bones are just kind of coming out. But I want to put some brown sugar on these really fast. We got about 11 minutes left on the clock. This bag is giving me a little bit of hell. I just want to get a little bit of, I say a little bit, but with this mixed with that brown sugar, I think it's going to be really, really good. And then I'm going to throw some barbecue sauce on top of this too. and so it can get some really good color. I keep using up the spoons. I guess I'll get a plastic spoon. I want a little bit more sugar, so let me just go ahead and do a little bit of a sprinkle, because I want this sugar to counteract with the saltiness of the rib, like so. Okay. So it's really good. Just wanna. That's gonna be good. Look at me. Can't wait. Now, I got some more brown sugar barbecue sauce here. I'm just gonna pour right on top, like so. These are our oven barbecue ribs. A little bit more. I have the chicken and rib sauce that I put on the chicken wings, and I'm going to add a little of that too. It's a looser sauce. There we go. All right. We're going to let that go back into the oven. Let it get all saucy and sugary and all the good things. And we'll be right back. Bye. All right, so I went on and put the brown sugar, the barbecue sauce, as you guys saw, on there. And I'm setting the timer for another 25 minutes. And I wanted to kind of, you know, get a little brown, get a little bit more tender. But I feel like tomorrow it'll be the matter of just taking them out, cutting them. I don't know if, I mean, we did taste a little bit, and it's so good with that barbecue sauce and that brown sugar on there. I just want them to get a little bit tender, so that's why I'm going to let them cook for another 25 minutes, and then we'll see what we have. All right, bye. All right, guys, so it's been about 2 hours. I want to say 2 hours and maybe 35 minutes total on these ribs. I think they are good and ready to go. It's very late, and so I'm gonna wait until the morning, and we'll probably do a taste test. But let's just kind of see what we got going on here. Yeah, they're very tender, very, very tender. And so I think what I'm just gonna do is let these cool. I'm gonna wrap them in the foil. I may see if I can persuade Kayla to come back down and take a bite just to end the video, but we shall see. All right, bye. All right, guys, here's our official taste tester. I actually got her before she went to bed. She was getting ready to take a shower and all that good stuff. So, you wanna? That's my piece. 'Cause it's got fat on it.
Oh.
I know you don't care for fat. You want a fork?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get a fork real fast.
Thank you.
I just did the end of it. It still had a bone in it, but the bone came right out. So make sure you get a little saucy. Is that hot? Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take my little piece right there. That's gonna be good with some mac and cheese and stuff, and those beans.
I will be able to eat more when it's cold. It's very hot, but it's delicious.
All right, guys. So again, like I told y'all, see Earl's over here doing his. He's gonna do his on the Traeger, and then I just did some just to have a different variety of rib here in the oven. So if you guys want to try it, let me know if you do or not. I would love to get your comments. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Why not sharing? Because Karen is my name, so why not share? Sharing is caring. I shall talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
Tonight, we're gonna live the good life. Alright, let's go and live the good life.